Okay. So, oh, sorry about that. Uh, I'm trying to fix some sound issues with my mic where it goes too low in videos. And so I've got some added gain into the software. So let me know if it sounds weird, bad, too loud, too soft. Give me a shout if it seems off. What's up, Planet? Hey, Mike. Hey, Gavin. Ooh. Hello. We're pre-gaming. I saw people in the chat, so as usual, as I do my setup, I am coming to say hello, chat with the people. I gave you a heart attack? What did I do, Kara? Thanks, Lunik. What's up, Chip? Sounds beautiful, just like... Thank you. Thank you. We'll be pulling his weapon, absolutely, Planet. Hello, Ethan. So, y'all, this thing here, so I quit drinking this year. Kind of, sort of unintentionally, kind of intentionally. But I was just camping. That's where my vacation was. And I found this 0 calorie, no alcohol, 0 sugar, like Citra hop. I don't know if it come up there. This thing, dude, this stuff is good. I'm a big like hoppy fan. Like I used to love IPAs, but if y'all like no alcohol, or at least wanted to try it, it's actually a really good one. I also jump scared when I randomly heard a voice and forgot I was waiting for the stream. Nice. Yeah, I kicked in a little bit early. So Dusk, I was going to wait for Saturday. I didn't think I was going to be able to stream today because A, I had work. So, you know, coming back from vacation, I always get a couple hundred emails I have to deal with. And then I just figured like the family would be busy. My wife was going to do yoga today and it just, everything played out. And so I'm like, sweet, I can pull Mr. Fox today, which means Saturday can be actual gameplay, which will be fantastic. Maybe a bit saturated if you're too close. Let me scoot it back a little bit. How's that? Is that any better, Lunik? Hey, Moth. After the stream, I used the currency they gave me and got a Mona for... Man, you love pulling some Mona, Fulu. First time checking into the stream. Hey, Super Cole. Yeah, you're in the early part. Whenever I can, I start early and just chat with people while I set up everything in the background. So Isolate, as far as pulling Fox, truth be told, he's skippable. He's good. And I don't know if you guys know or don't know, but he got his buffs early. And so his skill 3, yeah, his skill 3, his awareness 1, and his awareness 6 got buffed. But even with the buffs, the kind of core issue with Fox is they don't have like a major set of content that uses him. I can tell you what the buffs are. Hold on. I pulled them up earlier today. Let me go find my post. I posted that in my guild, so it's going to be up here. Oh man, we were talkative today. Let's find it. Oh my god, we've been talking all day. I'm trying to find the post I did this morning. Was it really at 5 a.m.? Jesus. Okay, here we go. Guys, this is the Fox buffs. So skill 3, basically the skill multiplier went from 58.6 to 78.1. I'm assuming that's fully buffed or fully leveled. And then his awareness 0 went from 66 to 88% of his defense, so buff and damage. And then his A6, which probably nobody will ever get, is 70% to 90% on the multiplier. So all around good, but it doesn't change the lack of content that needs his kit. So, you know, it is what it is. Not much we can say there. I'm pulling him for fun. He's one of my fun characters. Let me switch screens. Make sure that this still has the mic. And yep, okay, it held the mic. Good. Welcome to my kitchen. I was cooking some recipes today. Okay, what am I missing here? Debating pulling for Fox, but also want the Butler skin. I mean, I would personally rather have a character over a skin, but that's just me. But no hate if you'd rather have it the other way. Oh, let me adjust the game volume. Where is it not coming through? Did I turn it off? I did turn it off. Raise this up. It's amateur streaming hour. Mainly when you laugh or cough. Okay, let me switch the gain. Hold on. So we can go wave. It's kind of fun being able to like live test this because it makes it so I can actually get an instant result. So I'll drop this down like an extra 5 decibels and see if that does anything. But if it still sounds weird, just let me know. Okay, what do we got here? All characters do get a rerun, yes. We just don't know when. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say too with the sped up content, how they're going to handle that. We were actually talking about this on Blades4's stream earlier today. I jumped into his chat for a little bit. Login bugged. I did not get any login issues when I came in, Francesco. Let's see. Pulled Fox today. Nice. So his weapon is it's fairly decent, but it's definitely not necessary. I would pull Queen over his weapon any day of the week. Notice if you want to build mono parties, you need to pull Yui unless you like waiting a year to build one. Cord is technically electric, but she's not a damage dealer. She's a buffer. So you're not wrong in that sense. But at the same time, I don't think you need Yui. I would still say she's fairly skippable. She's a little bit better because of the 2 turns on her highlight instead of the original 1, so she got the buff. She's not bad, but she's, of the units that are coming up, she's more skippable than most others. So they Fulu, they accidentally show us when Queen is coming. So if you go to the event and you go to Crossroads of Fate, this is her. So August 3rd. I can't imagine them not launching her with her actual like crossroad. That would be the most ridiculous thing. But they already put the date out here, so you should see her pretty soon. Level 65, all use. If you want a Companio booty bear. Okay, love your name. If you jump into the Discord and let me grab it for you, there is a sister guild to mine that we are recruiting in. So it's not my direct guild, but it is a sister guild. Let me get the server. Invites, copy, throw it in chat, and there you go. Okay. I want to pull for the 4 stars and try not to get Fox. That's a risky thing. You're going to max your 4 stars eventually just on random pulls. Caved on the Butler skin. You know what? I like it more for Yusuke than I do for Joker. I'm still not going to get either one, but it's at least better. Thanks, Jeff. Jeff is mentioning, so I just launched the my pull plan video. So members get it early, but it comes out tomorrow morning for anyone else who wants to watch it. It's nice that they're permanent. Yeah, they do get a discount right now. So if you are going for the skins, where do they put them in here? Is it under other? Yeah. So you get a discount if you really want it now. Otherwise, they'll still be there. They'll just be a bit more expensive. I would not necessarily duplicate out Queen Planet. You just don't really need to. And there's other characters that need it more. So like Futaba, Cord, for example. Yeah, if you're going to get the skins, definitely get them now, Maya. Just, you might as well save some gems if you're sold on them. They can always change the meta. Absolutely. You panic pulled Marion. Got her in 5 pulls. Jesus, Moltres. That's pretty solid. Yeah, I see so Maya, the A1 I wouldn't have chased. I would still wait for that even if it's 6 months from now. Just because one of my biggest issues that I talk about in my next video that's going to come out tomorrow is they haven't talked about how they're addressing the gem economy with the sped up content cycle. So even if they kept the gems the same as they do today, that's actually a net loss because you're missing out on dailies. So be careful with that. I'd only really A1 someone you really, really love. And if there's someone they're going on a standard banner, then I would just wait it out. The only ones I can really fully recommend in the earlier game to A1 is going to be Cord and Futaba. Your screen region is off. Am I just hitting the wrong spot? Hold on, let me pull up OBS. What is off about my screen region? Oh yeah, no, you're right. I see it now. Hold on. Jeez, what is going on with my stream today? Let me fix. Thanks for telling me. I didn't even notice that. Game capture. I must have accidentally dropped it. So that should be better now. Let me know if the screen doesn't look better on your side. You know what it is I didn't lock it out. Hold on, let me lock it. Dude, I'm telling you, today is like amateur hour for me. I don't know what I'm doing with streaming. You'd think I've never done it before. Yusuke is maxed out. Nice. Did you arrive on time? Yes, I will start pulling in a little bit. I'm not going to pull right away. I want to make sure people have a chance to come in. I don't want them to miss out. And I've got some time. Give me a Joker outfit. There's no more. I'd go for that money. Nice. Let's see. Got Fox is a good pair. Yes. So I built out. I'll show you what I did. So I already built out my Yukimi. She needs some better cards. So these are the right set for her, but they're like obviously blue level. So I built out my Yukimi. I actually already had her 4-star. I'm not sure where I pulled this from, but I'm not going to complain. I'll take a 4-star already. So she's going in the team. I will be running it primarily with Minami because I have her. If you didn't have Minami, by the way, Puppets didn't have you for that team. Maybe Soy for Mono team. His taunt obviously wouldn't matter here because you're taunting with Yusuke, but Yukimi for sure you're going to want. The biggest issue is you don't have Cherish yet, and Cherish is really the best one. So it's like Minami and Yukimi, if you have them. If you don't, I'd really have to think about it. I could kind of see Soy. You don't really buff his attack, so like Leo's not that good there. Who else could be good? Morgana for heals and winded status, possibly. Everyone just level Riddle. How about that? Let's see. Most of the time we weapon over A1 for most characters, Mike, yes. They're trying to pass off Hoot and Loot as making up for speed up. I feel like that's a pretty weak one. Oh, geez. I'm going to say the name right. Alacrast. Thank you. Let me get this going on in here. Let's see. I've got to remember where my buttons are. You get the fun button. Thank you for the super chat. Do you know what patch the guaranteed banner... I don't know the exact patch, but it was about 5 months in. So that's probably... Oh god, let me see if I can time this out. So if it was 5 months, let me look at the banners. We started China in April, so that would be like probably September, late September. So I would say probably in the mid 2.0 series, in the 2.0 patch range. It was somewhere around 5 months. I just don't remember exactly when. I would have to go find it. Oops, and then I just lost my screen. Hold on. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm back. Okay. Been enjoying the chill, realistic take on the game. Keep it on. Thank you, Rua. Yeah, I think I'm just old. It's easier to be more chill when you're as old as I am. Is there still a bit of black screen to your right? It doesn't show black on my OBS. Does anyone else see the black on the right? Looks good. Okay. Better. No, wait, never mind. Good. Okay, I just had to keep reading down. Eagerly waiting for them pulls. Yep. The stream was supposed to start at 3:30, so we're still in the kind of like the early game, pre-game, whatever you want to call it. I did a 10 pull on Fox using free tickets. Was at 3 of 160 PDGs. Got Riddle. Oh. Yeah. So Rua, that means that your next 5-star is guaranteed to be Fox on the same banner, and so worst case you would go up to 80. Cord will arrive in September, Futaba in December. So the thing is, Mike, they're going to speed it up. So we don't know, but it would seem more likely if they didn't that would be more of a hold. Now, Cord in September probably, because I think she was one of the first, if not the first in 2.0. Let me look. So yeah, so Cord was our first 2.0 banner release. So assuming they don't shake that up at all, then in theory she would be with the launch of 2.0. It's what happens after that that we're kind of unsure of, I guess you could say. No Yukimi or Joker. Oof. What's up, Dragon? Good to see you again. Got Fox and 110 bull. All y'all are taking the good luck. Somebody leave some for streamer luck. Yes, I'm going for his weapon. I don't think it's necessary, but it does help him more, so I'll show you yes. If I look at his weapons, I think I can see them both here. Let me see. No, it's not going to show me there. Let me go to EY shop. Where am I? Shopping. Shopping. No. Suppliers. Jeez. Thank you for the good lucks. Oh, it was when Cherish came out. So Cherish is, let me see when he slots in. Cherish is right before Haru. So he's pretty late in the 2 series. So you have him, then Haru, and then we're in the 3.0. So pretty late in the 2.0 series. Thanks for checking on that. Okay, let's go check out the Airsoft shop. You in your 30s yourself? I'm in my 40s, love. I guess I'm, what am I, over the hill now? Is that what they call it? Maybe I'm a boomer. I have no idea. I am what I am. Okay, so if we look at, this is Yusuke's, I believe. Yes. So increased defense, he scales off defense, so that's good. Each time a counterattack is activated, you increase ice damage by a set amount. This is not bad. It's not bad. But if you look at his 5-star, oh my god, get out of there. 5-star wise, let me pull the weapon, please. So you increase defense, but just at a greater amount. This is pretty common. You just get better multipliers. At the start of battle, increase counterattack damage by 30%. So now you're actually playing directly into your counterattack. And then after getting a shield, which you'll be doing all the time, gain 1 Blade Spirit stack. And then once you get to 6 stacks, you basically have a permanent 30% boost. So this is really good. And it's really good because it's playing into counterattack. But it's not like it's like tripling your counterattacks or something like that. So it's good. I think it's skippable if you want to save on your pulls. Yeah, Makoto's coming up really quick. Yeah, August 3rd. Yep, you got that, Fulu. Very nervous you won't have enough pulls. I actually, unless I get really lucky, I'm worried about my pulls, and that's even as a spender. Phoebe worth it to pull. So Phoebe is really good. She will be your best Navi until Futaba. I am not going to pull her when she is on her own version of a limited banner. I'm going to wait for the 6 months that she may take to get into our banners. I just think it's less about not pulling Phoebe, and it's more about there's so many other characters I want to pull that going for Phoebe just isn't realistic for me right now, so she's going to sit in the 6-month prison. Yeah, I think you're right. We'll ultimately get reruns sooner, I would think. 34, nice. I like that there's other people in like their 30s and 40s with me here. Nothing against people younger than 37, 30, 40, whatever. I like that there's older people like me. I feel less lonely. Yeah, Phoebe is awesome. She is, there's no denying that she's better Okeon. Like she's just got better offensive buffs, better elemental buffs. I don't look 40. Oh, thank you. I got Fox from my first pulls after the update. Sweet, sweet. 27, very nice. What's up, Watson? Kids call us Unk now. Yeah, exactly. 25, yep. Better to pull Futaba and make do with Wind until Anj, unless you're not pulling anyone else. Yeah, Sylvian, that's kind of how I feel. It's Futaba's so good that she'll become your primary for most content. The thing that you'll be missing out on is having Phoebe as your secondary for like SOS or Guild Trials. I think that's where you feel the biggest loss. And then obviously the period from Phoebe to Futaba. But if they're speeding up content, that period is shortened. Although I really don't know. I was thinking about this last night. I don't know how they're going to speed up content when the patch cycles are 2 weeks long. Like even if you just say, okay, they're going to cut it in half and it's 1 week. 1 week is not a lot of time to do all the content. Did I end up getting him? I have not pulled him yet, Bronchi. I'm waiting We're going to do this. How about we do this at 3:45? So that's 15 minutes. That gives us 15 minutes for people that came when the stream was supposed to start to kind of filter in, and then we'll do some polling. Persona gets all ages. Yeah, and I mean, it's a franchise that's been rocking for a while. We were talking in Bladesifer's stream earlier today, just in chat, and I realized that I've raised a child all the way through high school since Persona 4 came out. Like, so when we talk about how old this franchise is, that's just from P4. That's not even from like, you know, Persona 1. That's, or even Persona 3 for that matter. Like, I literally graduated an entire child from school. Phoenix, are you 97? If you're really 97, that is wild and awesome that you're still playing Persona. People in their 50s, yes. I help cultivate an older audience. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I went for A6 because why not? Jeez, nice. 19, but feel old. Your back hurts. Man, my back is still sore from sleeping in the tent these last few days. I was camping. That was my vacation. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a text. Let me just make sure it's not. Okay, just had to make sure it wasn't the missus. After pulling Riddle on Fox banner, if I wait for Makoto banner, I'm guaranteed an 80. Unless they change something, Rua, then yes. So your pities carry. Unless someone has tested that out. I haven't had it to where I missed and then saved my pity. So I haven't personally tested it on global, but that is how it's supposed to work. A6 Puppet compares to Okion. So they're just different things, Isolate. So Puppet is meant to be defensive orientated and to keep you alive. Okion is meant to strengthen your party and make them do more damage. So for example, Puppet is better in, say, Fox's team because he scales off of defense, whereas Okion is going to go against any other team because of offense. And so with the exception of that one fringe case, it's kind of like, do you need more survivability or do you need more damage is how you look at that choice. Painful indeed. If we're talking about people's backs, yes. Got Fox when building a pity for Queen. Do you suggest going for his weapon? Only if you really want him to have his weapon. I would, if it's going to cut into your ability to get Queen, then no. She's ultimately a better character. Yeah, so Camilozo, that's exactly what I mean. Like the whole sped up content before Phoebe even hits standard banner will be months into using Futaba, which is just a weird situation to be in. You only played P5R? You know what though? It's a fantastic game. Bingus, I don't think that's bad. Phoebe versus Wind. So Wind will help with breaking shields. I forget off the top of my head what buff she does though. I know there's, so Wind is really good in Velvet Trials because she helps like break defense down, or not defense, shields down. I think I would usually just use them in different types of content. In your SOS and guild bosses, Phoebe's probably better in most situations. You got your girlfriend's 19-year-old on P5R. I wish I could get my 19-year-old on P5R. Yes, I have a 19-year-old. Almost 20, pretty soon. Was camping fun? It was fantastic, except, check this out. So we get up, not yesterday, but the day before, and we're like, oh, we're going to go to the marina, see how much it might cost to rent a boat. You know, maybe that'd be fun. We look over at the minivan, flat tire. So in the middle of nowhere, in the woods, and we got a flat tire in the van. So we spent like a good portion of the day. I had to like take the tire off, you know, put the spare on. We had to drive super slow into town, like 40 minutes away. Then we had to sit, like we dropped it off at the shop. We took a bus over to do some stuff for a couple hours to kill time. Came back, got it set up. They didn't put the spare back underneath the car, so I had to go do that too. And so like we ended up missing like most of the day to this tire. And then the worst part of it all is, so the way the van is, you put the spare tire underneath it and there's like a little hook that pulls it up and like locks it in place. And while I was doing that, a gust of wind blew the door shut and it put like the sharp part of the door like into my shoulder. Oh, it hurts so bad. But otherwise, absolutely great time. Super chill, hung out with the dog and the family. Over 400 hours in P5R, I believe it. That game could take some time. It's so fun though. Yeah, soft pity is there snowman, but it's like the most useless soft pity ever. It kicks in at 70 or 71, and it just doesn't scale that quickly. And so by the time that it actually hits you, you're basically at pity anyways. So I think if they brought it down to, I don't know, like 60, it'd feel better. But as it is now, they might as well not be a soft pity. It's technically there, but it's just not good. Queen's weapon is very good. Very good for her. I would plan on pulling it if you're pulling Queen. Let's see. Do you think they respond to the backlash? Yes, I think they'll respond. No, I don't think it'll happen before the next live stream. I suspect we will have mostly radio silence until then. One of the best games ever made, Persona 5 Royal. Yeah, I mean, I love the story of Persona 4 more. It's just my favorite of the Persona stories, but Royal has great gameplay. 10 minutes still pulling, friends. 10 minutes away. Level 60 now. Release Kasumi as protagonist mod for P5R. Oh, that's cool. I'm always like impressed by the modding community. Like them putting in what's her face for P3R. I forget the female protagonist name. But I see the screens and the videos of people doing that, and it just blows my mind like how good they did it. Let's see what Sega's doing. Yeah, it doesn't mean they won't change it, Fulu. I'm not holding my breath that they'll change it, but I hope either A, they just completely say, screw this was a bad idea, or they at least shorten it from the 6-month window. I think that it's hard for them to say, hey, we did it for this reason, then rock back on that reason, because then they're basically saying, oh, now we don't care about the other population that we were addressing. So they kind of back themselves into a corner on this one in the way that I see it. Getting all buffs on launch. It's looking like that, Shion, which if that's the case, it actually may make Summer Moko a stronger recommend for me than she is now. Because right now I'm mostly like pull her if you want to pull Haru, but I haven't looked into the details, but from what I hear, her buffs are actually pretty darn good when she comes out. So if we get them early, even better. Queen support should come on her banner. Talking about Vino. My trust has gone down a little bit. I'm not doom and gloom. I don't think there's end of service like in any way, shape, or form coming. But you know, I didn't expect the 6-month wait for standard characters. So in theory, yes, Mighty Vino should be on Queen's banner, which makes it a super value because you're getting like her best unit that goes with her on the same banner. But I'm gonna wait until the 3rd because on the 3rd is when it'll come out. I would definitely recommend Futaba's weapon. Queen, yes. Court is potentially skippable, but Court is so good that's not a bad investment. I will be getting all 3 of their weapons. When does the next floor of Mementos unlock? It unlocks with the next palace, so early September. Have I played P3? I just finished P3R a few months ago. Well, I guess more than a few months ago now, because I did Metaphor after that. But yes, I completed P3R. Katone, yes. Thank you, Akito. Still need to play P4. You can get P4G Golden on sale like all the time. Great. I highly recommend it. Even with the remake coming, I still think it's worth playing as its current version. Yeah, people make mods look easy. I can't do that stuff. I can sketch out and animate characters in Sprite all day long. I don't know how the hell they do the rest of that modding. Copium, I'm expecting them to go back on the 6-month thing. Jason, I just don't see it living. Like the outrage, and it's not just like the global community, the JP community also outraged about it. And so I think that they will have to do something. It's just a matter of how much of a something they do. Yeah, make no mistake, they don't care about FTP people. Yes and no. I think obviously they're going to care about money more. But free-to-play people draw crowds and help spread the game. And there's a lot of, how would I say this? There's a lot of behavioral science that goes into making people spend money that are intending to be free to play. So there's a whole book on like gamification that I read, that I studied for like my job and stuff like that. And like there's parts of gacha games that are very much got gamification that you would see in like a casino. And it actually starts with people not wanting to spend money. And it's like one of the triggers you get into people. Are you planning on pulling for Queen as well? I will be pulling her completely. Yes, I will be absolutely pulling her. How am I managing my jewels? So that's a tough one. I do spend a little bit. I'm not. Somebody called me a whale. I'm so far from a whale. A whale is somebody who's like A6ing everybody. I'm not even close to that right now. I'm not even in the dolphin status for that matter. And so I spend a little bit. So that does help me with a couple extra gems, a couple of the pulls, you know, whatever. Some of it's just pure luck. I got lucky on a couple pulls, and so that saves gems. But like, make no mistake, if I double pity Fox today and his weapon, I don't technically have enough gems for that. And so then I have to decide, well, I have to spend, you know, money to get Makoto, because I don't think I'll walk away from her. I definitely want her. Or what do I do there? So I don't have a great answer for you. It's largely dependent on luck. 5 minutes, and then we're going for pulls. 5 minutes. This is your 5-minute warning. Let's see. You want to pull for Cord, Futaba, Mesa, Windvast, Akihiko. Good people. Mesa is going to be your hardest one to build them, unless you only care about the dot side. The physical side doesn't require, but for it to be good for his other stance, really kind of wants you until I think A2 or A3. I'd have to double check what his awakenings are. What is Yui's best team on Chinese server? So with the buff coming out, I know she kind of went up in her rankings. I don't know what people are using with her though. I haven't checked. With you playing P3R now, what do you think of Junpei? Junpei's not my favorite from that game. He spends a lot of time complaining, and he didn't come off as good to me as, say, Akihiko did. And so I'm actually much more interested in Akihiko than I am in Junpei. Metaphor is amazing. Yeah, dude, I was joking earlier, they should do like an anniversary year 2 and just surprise everybody with Metaphor. This gacha is way less scammy. Alacrest, I think there's worse gachas. I think there's better gachas. And some of it too is not just in its entirety. I think there's like, if you took parts of this gacha and brought it over and got rid of these parts, I think, you know, you could be better. I'd be a minnow. Yeah, Jeff, I think that's probably the best. Or what I said earlier today was, if you think about the live bait you put on the end of a fishing rod, you know, on the hook, I'm more like that. Like I'm the bait still. Like I haven't quite gotten to be a real fish. Addiction by design. I'd have to check. Unfortunately, my library of books, not library, it's like a shelf, is upstairs. But that sounds familiar. And I may have read that one in addition. Technically, I've read a few, but I've read a lot of finance books just by nature of what I do. 50 for Yusuke, nice. Accidentally got an on dupe while pulling Yusuke. At least her dupes aren't worthless. Like her at A6 is on par with like Lion Dancer Rin at A0. On is always good, like just flat out. So, okay, so basic, good question. Tier list for global says, I'm not sure which tier list it is. If it's Pridewin, I don't really follow it. But, and that's not a knock on Pridewin, I just don't really use the site. But, so if you think about when a character comes out and you think about patches that follow, right now, Fox will be S tier. He will be the best person in his content cycle. There's just no doubt about it. And that is every single character that comes out. The issue is shortly thereafter, there just isn't content that wants someone to be super hyper defensive in Counter-Strike. And so it's more of he doesn't hold that ranking than it is that he's bad. He's actually a decent character, and they gave him buffs. So he got buffs early on global. You're just not going to find a lot of things to throw him into later. Makoto should be August 3rd, date of birth. You dislike most male characters in P3. Let me think about that. So Junpei, I'm impartial. Not impartial. Like I just don't love him. I don't like Ken. I hate the idea of a kid being thrown into Tartarus. I like Akihiko. I forget the dude's name with the beanie. He wasn't bad, but I'll leave it there for lack of spoilers. Am I missing anybody from the male cast? Let's see. Yeah, if they did Meta for You to Cry Tears, I'd be right there. I'd be with you on that one. Raidu would be cool. He'd be a cool like pull-in for a collab. Yeah, be a minnow. No, the game can't survive if people don't pay. Absolutely correct. Unless they were trying to do this as like a promotional thing, but it'd be a very expensive promotional thing for them. You know what else they fixed, Lunic, is when you give gifts to confidants, now it says not given instead of cleared. which I noticed that today when I was doing Rin, I think it was. I want on A6. You have a good chance of getting it there over the next year. Let's see, how much better is Yusuke's 5-star weapon versus his max dupe 4-star? I mean, you'll get good multipliers on the 4-star, but the thing with his 5-star is it plays into his counter damage better, and so that's what makes it good. So it's not a straight apples to apples. I think I would still prefer the 5-star over a max 4-star for him, but I also think the 5-star is skippable. Does Makoto have more use? Yes, she has far more use than Fox does. Neither one of them are particularly used right now in the other servers. So both kind of have a really good curve and then they fall down. But Makoto is basically good until Violet comes out. And then she's still used in like nuke type stuff, but there's just not a lot of nuke fights in like SOS or in Guild Trials that you're going to use her in. So she kind of gets, it's not like a direct replacement because they're different elements, but you would have a hard time justifying her over Violet once Violet comes out. Whereas Yusuke just has very few fights that he falls into. A1 or 5-star weapon. Let me double check his A1. I remember his A1 being fairly decent. A1 was his... that's not bad. So, that's a tough one. It's cheaper to go for the weapon. Assuming you go to pity on either one, right? And you take luck out of the equation. It's cheaper to go for the weapon. The weapon has good multipliers to it. But having an extra follow-up is just raw damage. Without sitting down and having someone do the math with me, I don't know that there's I'm not sure which one's definitively mathematically better. Every 2 times Keen Eye is used, which is going to be every 3rd turn. Then it goes 70% for an extra hit. I still think the multipliers might win that one out, but A1 is fairly decent for Yusuke. Let's see. Did I mention the kid? Yeah, Ken. The dog. So the dog is the dog. The dog wins by being a dog, just by default. Oh, it's 3:47. I think it is time to pull. God, we got almost 400 people here. My lord. Okay, who wants to see me pull? Did anyone show up for that? I don't know if anyone cares about that kind of stuff in a gacha game. Yeah, weapon looks cool. There's always the cool factor. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually, I'm sitting right before pity here. I am missing Miss Rin. So I'm going to cross fingers and hope for a Rin. If not, I wouldn't mind more dupes on Panther. Getting her to A6 is not bad. Mona and Skull, I love. I'm not building Mona yet because I don't have the resources. Riddle, I have her. I don't want any more of her. So let's do it. Let's give the 10 pull here. Let's get to the 80. And let's see what 5-star we're going to get. Riddle pull incoming. Probably Moth. And don't you dare swear like that in chat. There's no swearing in chat, like what Moth just said. All right. And matter of fact, I'm going to put your name on this. So that way, if it happens, I can directly blame you, Moth. Fair? Lingazi, what's up? Why do you have a Polish cap? Because I had a Polish foreign exchange student last year who may be coming back here to finish out high school. And his parents basically put this in a white elephant, and I won it, and it's my favorite coffee mug / tea mug. You're going to laugh if it's Riddle? I'm going to cry. You don't have Rin either? She's the only one I'm missing. Okay. Yes! That is the best outcome that could have just happened right now, as far as this banner goes, which means I'm undoubtedly going to go to pity on Fox. But I will absolutely take Rin. I'm very happy about this. No hate. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So now I'm going to have to run so much stamina. Like, I'm going to have to burn so many pots to get the mats to level her and Fox up now. But yes. And I think from this point forward, I have no reason to pull in this banner. honestly, like as much as I would like a Rin dupe just so I can start with Mengpo soup, I would rather wait 1,000 years, apparently, because we have to, for Minami to come on here, because a Minami dupe for an A1 is fantastic. It's like one of the best A1s in my opinion. Okay, so this will just sit and live like this for however long it takes. Now, I almost clicked on Yui. That would have been such a mistake. Let's go with our good friend Fox. All right, 10 pull number 1. I have no pity saved. This is all raw. I did not fail the last pity and come into him, so this is straight 0. Let's look for sparkles, friends. Let's look for sparkles. Imagine if I got him in a 10 pull. Oh, that's not. That's a 4-star. Trying to think, I guess if I can get more Yukimis to get her up, since she'll be in the Fox team, that's not bad either. This was undoubtedly going to give me an A6 Makoto, though. There we go, I'll take that, thank you. Guys, put in chat, like, how many pulls do you think it's going to take me to get Fox? None of you are allowed to say 180 or 160. I forbid it. You have to say something less than 110, how about that? How do you know if it's a 4-star? Okay, so I'll show you. So let me do this. When she pulls up her paper, your sparkles will tell you what it is. So if it's blue, then you're doing singles. And that's what is that, a 3-star? 4 stars, it'll be gold. And if it's rainbow sparkles, then you know you got yourself a 5-star. Whoa, and look at that. Hey, I told you not to put 160. Oh, I see you with the 159. Okay. 9 more. Just 9 tickets. 159.9 rounded up. Very clever. And I wasn't even looking at the sparkles because I was looking at chat, so I have no idea. You know what, Rua? I'm going to put your name in here because I saw you hanging around. Last time you jinxed my Yui pulls, so you won't say anything. I'll lose at 54, at 74 get Fox, and a 30 pity after. Okay. Took you 160. Oh, I am sorry, Luca. 80. I could take 80. I could live with 80. So let's see. That was 2. Somebody keep tracks. I'll forget. That was 2 multis. Well, I guess I could just look at the number. You know, the obvious thing, right? Okay. You got Fox and his weapon in 20 pulls, Fundinator. That is insane. Entirely insane. Jeff, I'm going to put you in here. This is like the worst cursive with a mouse. Who are the other 2 features on here? Makoto, and then who's the other one? Fleuret? Okay. I tell you, I'm going to A6 her. Because they know I'm never going to build her. Oh, Fleuret wasn't even. It's Mont. That was a random one. Wish they put slightly better personas in the gacha. Yeah, that would be nice. If you could like randomly get like a rank 4 or something like that. Alright, halfway to our first pity. I don't believe they do ever change the personas in here, Moltres. Let's do Vention. There's a T and a dot. That's, I'm going to make the dot a heart for you. There you go. That was amazing artwork right there. You never know I actually went to art school at one point in my life. Moko is in every banner. She's in everyone's nightmares, in all of our dreams. You need the wing guy. I mean, Fleuret's not bad. He's actually still really usable. I thought I had him maxed already. Yeah, he's maxed. Can you at least give me her if you're not going to give me Fox? Good luck on the pulls. I was lucky you got Joker on your second 10 bull. Nice. Not so lucky with Marion. Nothing to sideway for other characters. That's fair. That's fair. Sick of seeing Moko. My entire guild is basically like, we're losing 50-50s to Mona. This one for sure. Okay, Shadow King. Let's see. We'll put your name down. Shadow. I didn't watch you react to the live stream yet. Yeah, so I do have a video on it if you want to see like more expanded thoughts. The things I like are the little bit of apology resources and the fact that they're communicating better. Their 6-month wait on Minami is just dumb. There's no good way to say it. There's nothing positive I can say about that choice. Seem to hate Mona. Mona's really good. I think... I mean, as long as you're not comparing him to Minami. Minami's ridiculous. So, alright, so that's 5 multis we've done. This is for real. How's it going with the pulls? Well, I got Rin on the standard banner, so that was beautiful. I've been all 4 stars so far here. Ducky, what's up? Putting your name down. Ducky. Just as a character, you love him. I see. He's actually still a good healer, though. The hardest thing for him is getting his crit to where you need it, which is basically 70%. The rest comes from buffs. Reggie, super chat the word off riddle. And you know I got to give you the cut in. That's so guys, that's an early screen from Persona 6. It's all about old people coming to terms with working in corporate America. Y'all didn't know I was in it. Oh, hello, Soy. I'll take you. Lufel is better than Mona. In most content, I'd agree that he's more useful. It's really just your Velvet Trials and your Wind mono teams that Mona's going to win out. Oh, okay, 70. Feel my luck for the next pull. Okay, Hagen, then put your name down. Actually, I have to do Reggie first because he's super chatted, but I'll put you down next because that was all gold. Reggie. At least give me the Yukimi for the 4-star. Shadow Trump is the main villain. God, what would he look like? Amont. I don't remember how many copies of her I have. And then Hagen. So, Hagen, here's the deal, buddy. I'm going to go singles. Just for the sake of soft pity, that's fairly useless. But I'm still going to put your name down either way. Yes, we'll use one of those. Oh, see, that's a blue one. See what I mean? Like the sparkles change colors. It's time. How many dupes till Mona becomes better than Luf? I don't know. I mean, really his biggest thing going for him is going to be his A6 on the res. You said 80s early, so yours is coming up. Okay. This is a 4-star. Fu. Put you down. Stock team, yes, very nice. Okay, we know the Soy. We'll always take his duplicates. Would love to get him to A6. Does this game even have a soft pity? It does. It kicks in at 70 or 71. It's just by the time it kicks in, it's almost useless. Soft pity's the friends we made on stream. Yes, Shion, I agree. All right, so this will be for you. Shion. Boom. Why switch to singles? Because I'm in soft pity territory. So if I can save a pull or two, why not? It probably won't happen, but might as well. I don't know what the chances are, Moltres, as far as the timing or the rates. Probably nothing good. Bingus, okay, you are next then. I'll put you down next since you asked. He will come home at 76 trust. That'd be 2 from here. Okay. So Bingus, this one is yours. Soft pita? Yes, a soft pita bread. Bingus with the dot. If he doesn't risk getting Fox Day 1. Yeah, I mean, the probability of getting a double 5-star is so low. We win these easy. Which would be better, to save from Makoto or versus what? Sandwich. Okay, Kara, your name's going down because you said sandwich and I'm hungry. Kara. Not that anyone could read my writing. And in real life, you can't. Double would be epic. Yes, although I'm doing singles right now, so it wouldn't work. Is this 77? Okay, we said 77. Who said it up top? That was... Glojic? Sorry if I say that wrong. Glojic, let's do the 77. I've gotten 2 double 5-stars. Nice. Glow... I'm going to spell your name wrong. I am so sorry. Am I feeling lucky? Well, at this point, I am going to luckily go to the first pity. So that was 77. Fox is almost here. Hagen, thank you, sir. You got to get the cut in. You get the Persona 6, my face cut in. Thank you so much. Fox at 160. Edward, don't jinx me like that, friend. Vicariously gambling through you. I love watching pool streams. I can't wait for Platypus to do his. Zach, let's do yours right there. And then Hagen, I'm going to put you next. I pulled a double 5-star when first started playing. 2 Morganas. Ouch. Let's see. So this is 79. Do we get it on 79? 79 with the Hagen. Type Hulk Hogan's name. Hagen. Okay. That was terrible handwriting, but hopefully you can see your name in there. Okay, so here's the guy. There you go. Like we're hitting 80, but this is the 50-50. So there's no guarantee this is the one. Do we think this is the one for us? Do I have topics prepared for a Sunday podcast? We always have topics prepared. I suspect we'll talk a bit about that live stream though. I always like having these conversations with Platypus, even though we both have our own videos on it, because we can sometimes, I don't know, find new perspectives we weren't thinking about. Okay. Let's keep it at 80. Let's keep it at 80. And I believe we said Hulk Hogan's name needs to go on here, so that's going to happen. Hulk Hogan, give me Fox, please, and thank you. Y'all can read that, right? That's beautiful handwriting. Okay, let's see it. Please, give me the man. Yes, okay. I'll take it at the 80. I'll take it at the 80. I'm not too mad about that. Now, we need a weapon. Okay. Weapons. See, now I need to make a decision because I did just get Rin. Do I want her weapon over one of these two? Let us double check because these are really good weapons. I think I'll keep his. So do I want Shun's? Decreased defense. That's a really good weapon. Where's Rin's? Okay, increase foes damage taken by 1.2. I think the reality is I use Shun in more teams than I use Rin in. So I'm going to keep it with these two. Because she's, like, I'm going to use her in the Joker team, obviously. And there's a couple times when you can slot her in on other teams, but Shun is, like, more well-rounded. You'd go Rin over Soy or Rin over Leon's. Okay, Rin over Soy for sure. Interesting. Those are some interesting perspectives. Because what's really good about Permafrost is this. The extra 30% defense down that stacks. Final Buster. Yeah, it's basically Final Fantasy VII. Shun's is cooler too. It looks awesome. Like, that's a sick looking weapon. And keep in mind, like, after the next battle pass, I can just get Rins. Oh, you know what? Rins I can get from Business Plan 4. So I shouldn't put Rins here because I can just get hers when I finish the next book. So that makes more sense to me. So I'm going to keep it this way. Y'all, put it in the chat. How many pulls is it going to take me to get a weapon? I would love if it's in 30, so I don't have to spend any more gems. Doing it in 10. Come on. EY. Bring it home, buddy. Give me a sparkles. Can you get a 3 from the book? Can't you get all 3? Probably, so I'd just pick hers from there. I'd have to double check which ones are in the pool. I think it's all the standards except for Minami right now. Yeah, Rin is fast and you want her to always go fast. Same thing with Fox though. Fox needs to go first on your team. If you're pulling Fox, get his speed to the point that he's the first one to go. That's super important for his buffs. Okay, got some duplicates. Ryuji's weapon? I actually want Ryuji's. I like Ryuji, and he's going to be my physical character for a long time. Oh, was that Sparkles? Even if I lose a 50-50, if it's only in 2, that's not bad. Okay, we'll take Final Buster as a loss, as a consolation prize. I will take that. Not bad. If you're going to lose a 50-50, lose early, friends. And now, not that it matters, but for my own OCDism, we're just going to switch this. Get out of there. Okay, so now it's whether or not we go all the way up to the top. That was good. I'll take that. I am very much happy with that happening. Okay, so how many to the 70? Yeah, Leon's is probably the best weapon on that banner, or on the standard, to be honest with you. Buffing critical damage is significant in this game. I'd be excited for Fox's 4-star if I wasn't pushing for his 5-star, Melissa. But I will take more of these because it'll be for, like, her 5-star is not that good. And so I'm happy with her 4-star and just duping it out. Yeah, when you, Evie, when you lose your 50-50, you get one of the other 2 as a consolation prize. Oh yeah, double 5-star. That's a good point. Guys, this next pull is just going to be a double 5-star. How about it? Let's just do it. You know, I'm just realizing now, after like almost a year of playing this game, is that you don't have a contract to sign your name on for this. Like, that's just now dawning on me. Because I'm like, oh, whose name am I going to put down? And it's like not a thing. The way it sparkles makes you think it's a 5-star. Yeah, I love counter gameplay. Tanks are like my favorite archetype in games, I think. That when you have like a giant like two-handed like weapon, like a hammer or an axe, which is partially why I like Haru so much. EY smile, yeah, it's cool. You did a double 5-star today. What did you get for your double 5-star, Anteros? Let's go. Yep, I'll take more of your duplicates, thank you. Oh, Riddle. Okay, 4-star for Rin. I'll take that as well. How many am I at? 33 out of 70? Okay. Shun got a big axe. Yeah, but see, I like the giant, like, obscenely large ones. He's got so much swag. That's the thing. Fox and wins. Been a great time enjoying your speeds. Glad to see view counts growing. Big question I have for you is Makoto's A1. Do you think it would be worth it? Not, and thank you so much for that super chat. I don't think it's worth it in the sense that, sorry, my Alexa was like talking to me apparently. I don't think it's worth it over having that towards somebody else. So I would rather see you push an A1 into, say, Cord or Futaba than into Makoto. It's not that it's going to be bad or anything like that, but it's just the value of it when you think about limited resources is better elsewhere, if that makes sense. Now, if you're a spender who doesn't mind spending the money, then sure, I would go for it. But I just think for A1 to A1, there's other characters that are better. Yeah, Leon's weapon is so good. What do you spend the paid currency on? I will show you after the polls if you don't mind waiting just a few minutes. I got the song in my head now. Yeah, Alexa had some thoughts on A1 Queen. Maybe we should ask her. Let's ask her. I'm going to actually ask her.
I don't have an answer for that.
Alexa, should you go for A1 Queen in Persona 5X?
I don't know that.
She doesn't know. Don't let her be a content creator. All right. Yeah, A1 isn't as good as her weapon. I would agree with that. Yeah, and the other thing too is you want her and you want Vino. Like, her weapon and Vino becomes like what you're really kind of pushing for. Pound Cake, the best song in Persona 5. What am I on for pulls here? I'm getting close. Would you rather get Futaba or Cord's weapon? Futaba's. No doubt about that one. A1, I'd rather get Cord's though, if you're asking from that perspective as well. Cord's A1 gives you start off with whatever they call their buff. I'm not quite sure what they're going to call it. But you start off with the buff on the person with the highest attack, I think it is. And then they also get their crit buffed. So her A1 is pretty, like it. Watch my video tomorrow. Members have it right now, but I actually will, I'm talking about my entire pull plans through the 2.0 patch series, and I actually cover a little bit about that as well. Is Key's 5-star weapon worth getting? I mean, it's decent. It's not like as good as, say, Shun's or Leo's or Rin's, but considering how much use you get out of him until Howler comes along, I would say that you get a lot there. I don't really want to do 10. Although I am going to go for Makoto's weapon, so I could try for a double here. Listen, I would put this to a vote. But if I voted if you want me to do a 10 pull or 7 pull, I already know what the answer is. You're all going to say to do the 10 pull. Like, there's not a person in chat. Well, maybe there's one who's like, hey, save yourself, 300 gems. But otherwise, a catchy A1 or 5-star, I don't know or Al. I'd have to look that one up. I'm not too shy to say that I don't know him well enough off the top of my head. Let's see. So we know this is going to be a 5-star. Now the question is, can we get 2? Can we be greedy? Do. There's Yusuke's. Do we get a second? Nope. That's okay. We got what we came for. So do 6 pulls, then 10. You know what? Someone had to come up with something cooler. All right. So we got what we came for, and we got a Rin. So very much a good day. Now there was a question on what I spend my paid currency on. What I do, so these gems up here, is the training sets. So these always trade up. So for example, level 45 set gives you 4 tickets. 4 tickets would be 600 gems. It's 520 plus you get some stuff. So I would tell you to save any paid currency you do for these. So you can see I've already got some. Ironically, the 45 and 50 set costs the same, just like the 55 and 60, but the 50 set is better. I don't know how they managed to figure that one out. And so that's why you see that I've got the 50, not the 45. Good pulls. Yeah, I'm not too bad or too mad at those pulls. Best A1s, I think Futaba and Corridor are significant, in my opinion. The level goal sets are great. Yeah, they really are. Go to lobby so you can get the Rin dupe paid package for $16. I don't know if I'll spend that one. Oh, you mean, do I have to back all the way out? Let's get out of his shop. Thank you, EY, for the pulls there, sir. Yeah, so I think I'll save. This is not bad. I mean, 1,000 gems plus her dupe. Of all the 5-star ones you can get here, like hers and On's are the only ones I think that are tempting. I'll have to think about this. What do I get, like 3 days? 2 days, 23 hours? Yeah. So I've got 3 days to think about this one. But yes, I would absolutely love a Rin duplicate. My question is, because I can get it from here. So I'm basically done. I've got to wait till I level up. So these are level, run social stats to 9. I'm 3 points away from my knowledge being level 9. So this will happen next day or two. And then this one, I'm just working on leveling characters, which I'm about to level 2 more to 70, but I'm like out of materials. So worst case, I get Rin right there. But then we have, let's see, where's my On at? Because she has a few duplicates. So she is sitting at 2 or 3. Yeah, so she's at 2. So her next duplicate is just increased skill levels. Now, obviously that's a stepping stone to 6, and I really do want to get her to 6 at some point in time. But if I were to pick between an A3 On or an A1 Rin, I'd pick an A1 Rin at this point in time, because I'll probably pull more Ons over the life cycle of this game. So yeah, so I think I'd pick the extra shard from Rin. Okay, I need to level people. Oops, and then I backed out of the menu. That was smart. I got that. Her A1 is really good. Yeah, no, I think Rin's A1 is great because it lets you lead off with skill 3. But what about On? Yeah, and I guess I was just showing that. Yeah, so Bacon, the shop is cheaper on Google. So especially considering Apple as in their tax or whatever. So if you want to buy things, most of it's going to be cheaper here. So even if it's like on a crappy laptop or old computer, if you can just install the client just for the sake of buying your stuff on the store, even if you're not going to play on it, save yourself a couple bucks if you're a spender. Get An6, yeah. So if you have an on A6, I would say she's on par with Chinese New Year Rin. But and earphone, tell me if you think differently. But I would say if you had a A1 Chinese New Year Rin, that's where it probably makes a difference. But yeah, I think an A6 on is good enough for me to skip CNY Rin. Outside the fact that I just want CNY Rin, like I would like that character because I didn't have her on KR. Any tips for free-to-play players? I got tons of tips. Pretty new to gacha games. I'm not sure how to grind gems. So Valk, just do the normal content. So you're going to want to clear out your palaces. You're going to want to clear out mementos. Make sure that every single content cycle you do, once you get high enough level, I think it's level 40, you do your Nightmare and you do your Velvet Trials. Or not Velvet Trials, the Sea of Souls. So I haven't done mine yet. But those all are refreshed every couple of weeks. And so you've got more gems to get every couple of weeks. And like this here, I've only done Dominion today. I was just messing around earlier and I want to see what score I could get. So I got like 14 million just screwing around this morning. I haven't even tried Cert yet. And I haven't even touched Sea of Souls today. But another early stream for your time zone. You know what, Wrenchson? I did just for you. Just for you. How cheaper for Google? A couple bucks, Frosh. Not like it's giving you 20, 30 bucks in savings, but you know, a couple dollars here or there over the course of months will add up to, you know, a couple packages worth. It needs to work on a scoliosis for sure, Dusk. 100%. 100%. Yeah, you just use an old Chromebook. I mean, I think it's worth it just for the sake of the shop. Like I said, even if you're not going to play on it. How the pulls go. So Shark, they went very good. I did a 10 pull in the standard, got Rin. Not hating on that. On Yusuke, we got how did we do? It was right at the pity. Yeah, so we got it on pity for Yusuke. Not the full hard pity, but like the 50-50. So we won the 50-50. On the weapon, I think it was 20 pulls in, I got Leo's, and then I went to soft pity for his. So in the grand scheme of things, in a gacha game, really not that bad. Yeah, with the 6 months. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be holding hand as a result. Damn, it's hard to catch one of my streams sometimes from the UK. Yeah, Ducky, it's tough because like I'm trying to get in the week one like after work stream, which is roughly 4 p.m. Mountain Time, plus or minus. And then my Saturday nights are the 9:30-ish to midnight. All right, let's see. So now, like I said, I need to do some leveling. I also need to... Whose weapons? So I got his weapon. Let's switch this out. Thank you. We'll take that. He was already maxed, so I don't need to give him dupes. Who else did I pull? Okay, she got some stuff. How... Okay, so she got 2. Yes, please. I'll take those. And then she got some duplicates on her weapon. Yep. Are there any 4 stars I would want to cannibalize? Probably Moko's if I have any, but I don't think I do. Let's see. Alright, so I know I don't have enough for Rin. I don't need this weapon because I got her 5-star. Currently buying time in TW, Santa's new summer update. Yeah, the summer update looks really good. I want to see more about Minami. Like, I watched a little bit about her, but she seems really strong again. Like, it's like they're just going to always make her strong. So I can get rid of this weapon. Let's see. Yes. Forge. Anything else I can get rid of? I don't need Yusuke's weapon because I just got his 5-star. Boom. More than enough time. Oh, at Dre. So I was like, time for what? Time till dinner? Alright, so this will be maxed out, which will be great for my Yusuke team. And then this one. Sweet, so her weapon's maxed. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, let's see. So Bear, once you get a character 4 or 5-star weapon, what's the best thing to do with their leftovers? You just use them for feeding into other weapons? or for XP. Just depends on what you need to do. I burn a lot of my 2 and 3 star weapons as XP. 20 pulls right now. In your opinion, skip Queen for Phoebe and maybe Cord, or go Queen, maybe Miss Phoebe. I would skip Phoebe over Queen or Cord. Let's see. 66 Summer Marion is 20% better than 66 Wind. Interesting. She's cracked as hell, yeah. Best buff is crit. Well, crit rate's always a great buff to find. Big defense. Seen with people being annoyed at global. I don't see why you want to jump to other servers. I mean, at least I will say when you jump on other servers, they have a lot of like starter banners that can help you. So it's not like totally terrible, but I don't know. I'm sticking with global as you can tell. Oh, am I gonna A6 him? Yes. Okay, I will take that as well. Another thing I'm not mad at. Today has been a good day. It has been a good day. Did I get any more of his weapon? I did not. Although, yeah, I need to know the one of his actual one. Who else did I get duplicates on? Mont, I think. Oh, Tomoko. I should have known. I should have known. She's almost A6. See what I mean? Like you end up getting a lot of your 4 stars maxed out pretty quickly. Funny thing is Super Rerun happening next update. Yeah, so that would be a really good time to join then. I think Bladesifer just released a video in the last day or so about joining TW. So if you are interested in TW, I would tell you to go check out his video. I haven't watched it personally, but he always makes good content, so you're not going to go wrong looking at Bladesifer's videos. Oh, Tomoko, just trying to get to max. Did I get more of her weapon? No, thank God. Can you use 2 same name characters at the same time? No, you may not. You can only pick one. So you can't have like Summer Moko and Moko, for example. Anybody remember what else I got in there? Okay, I got hers. Let's get hers going. Okay, forge this up. What other weapons can I cannibalize? So, again, I can do his. Sega that is responsible. You know what I actually spent some time doing? I tried to find contact info for Sega's marketing department. I was going to send them an email. I could not find it, though, unfortunately. Okay, so I can get rid of... I have On's 5-star. Yes. Yes, I do. Okay, so I can get rid of this. Alright, so that's it. Oh, Lufel. I have more of his weapon. Sorry, this is the part of the game that obviously we all have to go through. That's kind of sort of boring. Did I pull for Fox? Yes, you just missed that by a few minutes. It was his weapon I needed. What am I doing? Weapon. Oh, he's going to max his out. Sweet. Bump. Yes. We're just maxing things today. Didn't I have another one of his? I thought I had 2 of his. These are all equipped. Did I maybe burn it already? I could have sworn I did. Oh well. Midnight Sun is whose? You know what? I don't want to just throw something into his. I don't really care about him enough. Although, actually, it does tell me, though, what else do I have in there? So I've got... Is this Mont's? Edelweiss? Machete is Joker's, I think. Oh, okay. I've got hers. Whose is that? Oh, that's Wonder's. Hold off any more limited pulls until Phoebe and Cord, but hoping I won't fall to be on DPS. I mean, it just depends. There's obviously going to be content cycles that are geared towards specific characters, so keep that in mind. Like, obviously, Fox is going to be great during the Fox cycle, or what's her face? Makoto will be great during, you know, her cycle. So there's always going to be stuff like that. A lot of it just comes down to what you really want to do for like leaderboard type stuff, like how hard do you want to push it. That is Rins, right? Is it not going to let me go in there? I'm fairly certain that's Rins, and I got his 5-star, so fine. Let's max that, and then we can add this. Cave and change to 6 month. I think they will. They kind of need to. Even if it's not like bringing it all the way down, I think just having it a little bit. Oh yeah, Edelweiss is hers. So we can give Mont another of her weapon. Let's forge this bad boy up. And I think that's all I can do for our friends here. So let's go into Fox. Give him his weapon. Yes, sir. And now we are going to have no materials. And we're going to have to go run some stamina. One of your favorite P5X channels. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. That's one thing the game does right. Leaderboards is just for bragging. Yeah. Man, so I was on Blades' first stream earlier, just chilling in chat, talking with people. And he was showing on TW, like, the #1 player. And, like, pretty much the punchline is, like, the top roughly 10 or 20 people all were whales and had A6 and fully invested in weapons for all their characters. So that's eventually what you're going to compete against. So my nice top scores right now are going to go away. Like, I like how he keeps laughing in my ear. Let's see. Okay, I'm actually getting farther on his stuff than I thought I would. Oops. Quick select. Yeah, his weapon is fantastic. I love the design of this. They really do a good job at the design work on some of these weapons. I do not remember having this much materials because I literally just had to go farm stuff for Yukimi like yesterday. Yeah, dude, if you guys don't know who Earphone is, it's like Earphone it or whatever. Earphony Dot. Go check out his YouTube. He's in the chat. He puts together guides for like the guild bosses and things like that. And dude's a master. I guess I shouldn't assume gender. The individual is a master. And I've watched a few of them. I can't, say that I've watched every single video. But I will tell you that everyone I've watched, I'm like, that is really intelligent the way they play it out. So check them out, give them a like, give them a sub, all the fun stuff. Matter of fact, if you haven't liked or subbed me, like, yo, give me a like and a sub, friends. All right. Oh yeah, 61. What else can I toss in here? You. I don't think I need any of this stuff. Yeah, because I've got 4 stars for I think just about everybody. And also, like, you can always go back and buy more purples and gold, so I don't really worry about this too much. I just don't want to accidentally do, like, the wrong ones. So we're going to go slow on this one. It's not going to be much, but then I can go farm some stuff out. They did such a good job with the weapons. P3 guys get the unique weapons. Yeah, dude, they did a good job with Persona 3 collaboration or whatever you want to call it. Thank you, Melissa. Always championing for me. You are the best. Usually when a Blade stream, I'll be there. I miss a lot of the daytime streams just because of work, but like every once in a while if I'm between meetings and I have an opportunity to, I'll jump in whatever streams I can. That was weird how it did that. Let's see. Almost have these purples so they can clear out my inventory. Oh, his is maxed out anyways. Okay. Click, 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 click. Okay, and now we'll need to go run some actual missions. They need to make this default. That always annoys me. Pursuit of parts. Let's go burn some stamina, friends. And then I can sit back and chat with you all while I do this. And, oops, did I hit the wrong button? Let's put together a Yusuke team for the fun of it. Matter of fact, let's make a Yusuke team. Let's see. Fox. And we need... I have no idea what my speed is going to be. I guarantee I need a speed tune. But he doesn't, like, I haven't even leveled... Oh, I didn't level him. That's okay. You know what? We're going to go with this. We're going to have some fun. You need you. Oops. I do that all the time, by the way. And let's see. I haven't even made his personas yet. I need to still do that. And then I need Minami. Where is she at in my list here? Am I blind? Does this stage like restrict healers or something? It must. Okay, that's fine. You know what? We'll just take an assist. What persona should I toss in here for now? You can come in here. You can come in here. I don't really care because I still need to build him. We're going to get Toilet Bowl guy. Love him. Did I somehow click off of that? What am I doing wrong here? It is like not letting me... Okay, we're going to try that again. We're going to try not to be so terrible at this game. Okay, confirm. Puppet, you're over there. Fox, you're over there. Minami, I don't know how I can't see things in life. Like, I am terrible. Okay, and now I actually want to bring an assistant because I want to get the freaking tokens. There we go. I don't know what I was doing wrong there, friends. Like, I was just blatantly being a bad gamer. And Toilet Bowl. Okay. And now we can go in auto. I put her over Yuki. God, Melissa, I am terrible at playing this game sometimes. Like, absolutely horrible. By some twist of fate, you ended up with A6 Tomoko. It's just the universe being mean. The fumbling is crazy lock. It seriously was there, man. I don't know what that guy was doing there. Yeah, Jeff, that again, there's going to be times where I am just absolutely trash. That was a moment of trash. You want to experiment with Fox, a fire character, and Queen Ma persona. Interesting. I'm going with the fire and ice kind of mix there. Yeah, looking for your phone when it's in your hand. That's exactly what just happened. This won't be the fastest team because he's not leveled, but that's okay. We're here for stamina. Or not stamina, for materials. Fox level 1 not getting one shot? Yeah, seriously. But I also have some like huge shields on him too. I have 89 golden pulls. Should I do it for a chance for on or win Rin, Morgana A1, or should I save it for Minami? I mean, if you don't need those characters right now, there's no harm in saving it. But also don't fully delay your fun for 6 months for the sake of like saving for a future that we don't fully know about. Tell me not to spend gems to get Rin just because I'm jealous of you. Melissa, remember, you get her for the 300, worst case scenario. So don't feel like you have to push for her just yet. What do you think of Figure Skater Mont? Is she fun? I only pulled her recently on a rerun, and so I don't have as much direct experience with her. I like that she's multi elements, so she's the only character as far as I can think of that does multi-element still. So she's cool for that reason. I want to say she's single target damage. I'd have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's single target. I remember when she came out, she was good. I don't know if she is still holding up though. So I would honestly have to do a little bit more research to be fully able to tell you. Oh my god, I'm really... Well, I have to level Rin's weapon anyways, so this is fine. But of course I'd be like one off. I've been doing 10 pulls on standards. Every time I have the tickets to stop me from pulling unlimited. Yeah, it's a good way to kind of stem that away. I think she's fun as a unit. You can run her as wind or ice. She's not crazy good compared to, say, Violet, but she's pretty good. Oh, what was her buffs, Ren? Oh, I didn't save the Fox team. God. Again, playing like a scrub. Fox. This time we're actually going to click on characters like the geniuses that we are. And let's just switch out to random personas again. I will worry about his personas another time. Right now, it's mostly just going to be just trying to farm out the stamina. And then an assist with damage. There's also super reruns that run pretty frequently. Yeah. Yeah, Ducky, my mats are hurting. Dude, the counterattack play, I love counterattacks and I love follow-ups. I guess technically his is a follow-up, but they feel so cool to me. And I'm actually having a lot of fun with Yui. I'm not saying that I have enough fun that I think everyone should go polar, but for me, not running fully optimal teams right now, it's a good time. 130 to 300, yeah, it's going to be a while before you get to 300. Saving for Queen. Every time you have the itch, you go to the gachas, the capsules. Yeah, I'm missing, I think, 2 of the super rares on the gachas, the little capsules, and then I've got all of those. Yeah, Kasumi is so good. That's a good point, Earphone, is you've got Mont Figure Skater, then you have Kasumi, who just does incredible damage. Like million hits on her highlight. And here's the thing, if you're not spending or just ridiculously lucky, you are going to have to skip some units. The gem economy is just not there. Out of weapon mats. I'm out of like all the mats. My biggest debate now is how many stamina pots do I want to burn for the sake of like getting my characters up. Yeah, if they made the follow-ups even better, like that would be so cool. You finished Circus yesterday, Melissa? That's cool. I like it because you get like the background too for the display. And I'm a sucker for stuff like that. Recommend getting Yui if you want a full lightning team. I mean, yeah, it's a shame that you have to build Closer as your support for that, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see, even with light spending, they think the Gen Makani, it's not their lock. It isn't. I mean, I've literally done the math on it. And it's like, how often do you luck out versus how often do you end up with, you know, a full pity and a weapon, and that just burns your resources. Like, I'm down to 9,000, and I would say that I had a good pull session. Fox. Okay, cool. So his weapons caught up. And now what I should have done the first time is actually level his actual character. You know what? You know how you can burn weapons to feed into levels? What if you could burn Tomoko awarenesses? Like, you just get rid of a whole awareness and you get like 10 levels. I think they should implement that change on the next patch cycle just for global to give us some goodwill. I'm not sure what you guys think about that one. No, nothing about Vino. You had a dream of her? Here's why I love Vino. She's older like me. Give me the old lady. That's the swag. She's really good, though. She inserts elemental ailments into the enemy. And so, like, for Queen gets extra hits, basically based on how many elemental ailments are sitting on a character. And so you run Vino, then Vino also increases nuke damage. And then you have Queen go into her other mode, whatever they call it, like Iron Will. And then she just does like crazy damage. And if I'm not mistaken, and Airphone, you probably know this off the top of your head, isn't Vino part of like one of the good berry teams right now? Yeah, until Howler comes out. Yeah, Vino is like one of my favorite characters in this game. You will not stand for the Moko slander. It's not slander, Jeff. I'm increasing her value by having her useful for the team. And by useful, I mean letting her make the rest of the team better in that regard. The moment I saw Vino, I was instantly sold. Like, yep, absolutely. Having a non-teenager for once is just nice. Because even like Okion, they made her teenage version. I'm like, you could have kept her as old lady Okion. Like, I would have been fine with that. Oh god, I'm out of these mats too. Jesus. Thankfully I don't have to level up too many more characters. So let's do, I don't know how many I need. I probably should have checked that, but I don't care. Barry, Cord, Leon, or Luce and Vino. Okay. See guys, I told you, Leon. Y'all sleep on Leon. He's used in the Barry team, and Barry is freaking insane. Do you remember that time I said I didn't save the Fox team, and then I did it again, and I didn't save the Fox team? Yeah. Oh god, he's going third. He definitely needs... I mean, I need to invest in all of his stuff right now, so it is what it is. We're in the process of building. That's what I'm going to tell myself. But yeah, you do want him going first. And actually, you know, I'll bring up the why. And I'll cover this in my video for my build guide too. Because somebody was asking me, why do you want him to go first? It's because, like, let's say you buff him with Yukimi on first turn. Then he applies his buff to himself. Well, now he's used one turn of her buff. If he goes first, then gets buffed, he gets 2 full turns of the buff. So that's effectively why you want him first. Okay, save. I pressed the button this time. You guys saw it? I've got witnesses. Who sleeps on Leon? A lot of people. I've got so many people that are like, I don't know, Leon, he's so squishy, I don't want to use him. Like, he's squishy, but he's insanely good. Like, I love using him. Howler, is Howler good without fire units? Yes. It's so funny you find out that she's 40. Wait, Vino's only 40? Isn't she a grandma? A young grandma. Yeah, no DPS for Sign to Haru, which makes Velvet Trials painful. We were talking about that in guild chat today. I wish we didn't get drops for characters who have full awareness. It'd be nice if they prioritized other characters. Like, hey, you don't have this one maxed out, let's give you that one. Mesa will be popular. I wish I could pull for him, but he's one I'm going to have to skip. So, Kemazolo, the good thing about Moko is even though her current version isn't that good, Summer Moko is. And so if you're a Moko lover, that sounds really bad phrasing. If you like Moko, check out her summer version that comes out in the not too distant future. Did I put cards on Fox? Not yet. Actually, I took a page from Per Platypus, and my Tomoko has been used to hold my cards for Fox. But I do want to run some gold cards for him, just so I can get him slightly better. Also because the guild will be using him, so I want to make sure that I've got a little bit better investment in him. Why is Cord so much of a must pull? So Cord is... she charges your highlights faster, she makes them stronger, and she makes it so that you can just... it's like her skill 3, I think, off the top of my head. I could be wrong, but one of her skills, basically you pick somebody on your team, and then they can launch their highlight. And, you know, it has a couple turn cooldown, of course, but she is just basically a buffer who lets you go crazy ham with her highlights. And if you get her A1, she starts with her buffs on your highest attacker and gives them crit rate, if I'm not mistaken. Crit rate or crit damage. I have to double check my notes, but it's one or the other. I want to say crit rate. 4, 3, okay. Yeah, that's not 40-year-old Japanese or otherwise. I am oh, Okeana's 40 years old. Okay. I'll say Vino cannot be. Oh, nice. Sweet, I had a new level. Vino is 75. I can get... okay, Vino for 75. I mean, she's still jumping around on whatever the thing that she's flying on. So, she's fit. Moco means booger in Spanish. Very nice, Unic. You guys didn't know you came here for a language lesson today, but you did. Of course, GM, of course. I was actually looking into getting her, but her being so close to Cord and Futaba. Yeah, it's all about the economy, and it's a tough one. 15% crit rate. Okay, I thought it was crit rate. Good stuff. Thank you. See, guys, I'm telling you, Earphone is like a master of this game. Like, if you want someone who knows what the hell they're talking about, it's Earphone. I know a little bit. I'm not without some knowledge. But Earphone puts together like the craziest guides for the hardest content, which tells you they know what they're talking about. Did I get enough? I did not. Did I get any from the book, though? Because I did just hit a new level. Of course not. But step 4 is done. That's a win. Okay, we go back to the metaverse. Oh, guild cleared something. Is it what I need? Nope. But we're already done with that. I'll take it. Let's see. Very satisfying to use Cord and Anj together. They're definitely getting strong people there. Did Fox get buffed? Yes, he is buffed. So his buffs are in his... Let's pull him back up. In his awareness 1. Now, the percentages might be different for the fact that, you know, I'm not fully leveled yet. But in his awareness... This is stronger. So I want to say it was 68% on the other server. His A6, same thing. It has a stronger multiplier back here. Now, I will probably never see an A6 Fox, as most people probably won't either. And then his skill 3, I want to say, is the other one that got buffed. So he basically has better multipliers. I still don't puts him into the must pull category, because the biggest issue for him is simply lack of content to run him in later. So his play style is kind of what kills it for him. Wicked fun. Again, he is a fun pull for me. He is part of my New Game Plus run. So that's why I'm doing it. But it's easy for me to tell you to skip Fox and save for Queen, Cord, Futaba, Summer units potentially. So, you know, that's kind of how I would assess this whole situation. Let's grab another assist. I don't know if I hit my 10 for today. I need to go check. Yeah, he's definitely buffed. I checked it earlier today. It was like 5 in the morning and my meeting got canceled, thank God. And so I went and checked my KR accounts, because I have Fox over there. And then I checked him against his version here. And then I went to Discord and found somebody posted, it might have been Red Harv, somebody posted the actual multipliers, and so that's how I came to that knowledge. Summer Puppet around the corner. They haven't said what the Summer Puppet skill set is though, right? I know we have the Minami stuff, you know, already on CN, but I don't believe I saw anything about Puppets specifics. Is Queen worth pulling? So Queen is in my highly recommended bucket, because until Violet comes out, I think she's really your best single target character. I guess maybe Figure Skater Mont could take that over her. But even still, that's months away. But if you are limited on gems, I would say Cord is more important than Makoto is. Let's use these up. Let's get these little ones out of the way. He's a lot of fun. You know what? And guys, you know my drill. Pull for fun. I love pulling for fun. If I don't get every leaderboard every time, that's fine. Like, I don't need to sit here and be like top 2%. I've got a couple of those badges and they're fun to get. I want to do my best for the guild, but you know, I'm eventually not going to be able to pull certain characters, and I'm going to have to rely on guildies and what they pull. It's just the nature of the game, unless, you know, the freaking lottery falls in my lap. I just don't think it's realistic to think I'll get every character. Oops, not that. Oh, I still don't have enough. Jesus. Thought for sure I'd have had enough by now. Alright, let's see. How do some characters work? They're completely different characters, Fire. They're 5-star versions, and they are fully different powers. So as an example, Summer Closer is an AoE Bless unit who does really good damage, frankly. And you cannot put them in the same team. So you can't have Summer Closer and Electric Closer on the same team. They just can't have like twinsies. Yeah, Fulu, I'm really hoping they keep Vino in Makoto's banner. We have no nuke DPS. Yeah, you've got Leo as nuke, but he's not DPS. They confirm she's Ice AoE unit using most recent kits as an example. Oh god, okay, if she's Ice AoE, then yeah, I don't think Fox is coming out of the Shadow Realm. Especially considering they just gave him his buffs and he still doesn't have a reason to be like top pick. Yeah, exactly, your phone. So that's kind of what I'm trying to warn people with, is he's super fun, but like you don't really have defense buffing people to make his damage that much better. Not like you do compared to other characters. Like there's so many attack characters and things like that, or like crit characters. And I have a hard time thinking of content when I'm like, I really need Fox outside of like Velvet Trials, of course, with Ice. Can't pull for fun and global. Yes, that's, we're saying the wrong things. We shouldn't be telling people to have fun. AoE Ice, yeah, it's Summer Puppet's going to destroy Fox. Pockets are tight. Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing is I don't mind spending a little money in this game. That's not my problem. My problem is how much it would cost to guarantee every character and their weapon. So, I mean, when you put in that kind of perspective, without just really good luck on pulls, it's just not feasible to say spend, at least for me personally. Other people is a different story, of course. But for me to spend the amount of money it would take to guarantee every character, as much as I would like that and to build guides for everybody, I'm going to have to skip some people. It just is what it is. Do you think they'll gate 6-month Pheno? I don't think so because she's a 4-star. So she's not like the Minami or like Phoebe or Cherish. Phoebe and Cherish, I think, are cooked. I think they'll be waiting 6 months unless they revert their changes. That's not Fox. I am terrible at just looking over here and finding who I need. Okay, finally. Thank you. Watch I run out of leveling materials. Oh no, okay, got to 70. Can you put them on different halves? Oh, you mean like SOS? I guess I've never checked that, Jonathan, but I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. God forbid people pull for characters they unlike. I think you might have meant like, but yeah, I have more fun in this game when I'm playing with non-meta than when I'm playing with meta. Now, that said, there are meta teams that I think are incredibly fun. I love the Kasumi team. A Haru team is super fun. Those are two of like my absolute favorite teams. But dude, when I bust out Yui or I bust out Ryuji, like it's a good time. And nothing is greater to me than just sitting back and smiling and enjoying the time I'm spending in the game. 6-month gain, the standard banner. It's such a dumb idea, Melissa. It really is. I keep joking, but it's not really a joke. It's making the standard characters feel more impactful than limited characters. And they shouldn't feel that way. Now, is Minami good? Absolutely. She's the best healer we have right now. But at the end of the day, do I think that she should be valued higher than your limiteds? No. And also, wait for them to announce that right before she leaves the server. Like, they should have given her the 4-week treatment if they were going to do this. What about the Riddle team? What about the Riddle team? Dusk. That's just for you. Riddle and Moko, that's your punishment for asking me that question. I want them to give me 5-star Shun and a character we don't have yet. Yeah, why haven't they done a 5-star Shun? I thought for sure he was going to be one of the summer units just because of the preview and you saw him running around in his outfit. But clearly not. Obviously, they have the other two. Meta teams exist, but meta characters do not. Yeah, I mean, I think with if you exclude the Persona 3 characters, because she doesn't really work with that team, Cord is the closest thing to a meta character, I think. Maybe Anj and Futaba can go up there as Navis. But, I mean, basically this game is about team building, I think is the better way to look at it than anything else, which is why I struggle with tier lists in this game, is because you can't get, say, let's just make something up. Let's say they release a new version of Joker with Santanil, however the hell you say his Persona's name, and he is just like amazingly good DPS. He's not winning you the game by himself. Like, you still have a team around him, and if you put a shit team around him, he's not going to be as good. And so this game is still fundamentally a team building game. Run Barry Mesa together, not meta in the slightest, but it's very fun seeing the dot numbers. Oh, I bet that is. I bet that would be amazing. Throw that with the Yui for the follow-ups too, for Barry's like ridiculous follow-up, combo with her, and I think that'd just be fun to see. Panic pulling her, got lucky, took 5 pulls. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you got in 5 pulls, but I fully agree with you. It does feel unfair. All right, I also don't have any of these resources, so I'm going to skip skill 1 because it kind of sucks. This one is the one that matters the most, so this one gets all the way up. I'm really worried they will gender lock alts to just girls. No, I think they will give alts to the other two, because they're part of like the core story, and so they're going to get favoritism for being part of the like original cast. At least that's what I would assume. All right, so that's up. This needs to go up. Male characters don't sell. You should have seen with Mesa. Didn't he get like a huge positive response when he came out? But yes, I would agree that generically speaking, female characters tend to sell faster. And I think the throw them in bikinis obviously sells things. All right, and this one I'm going to push this up to 6. This is still not a great skill. It's better than skill 1, and you have to do something when this is on cooldown, but this is the other thing with Yusuke is like his individual skills are not amazing. This is nice because you get freeze, but yeah, I mean, this is just going to go to 6 so I can save some materials. Because I still have to do Rin, keep that in mind. Like, I still have a whole nother character I need to catch up here. Persona has great male characters, Fulu. 5 stars, not counting the first 5. Mega Man, love the name. I missed the context of your question there. Good evening, night people. See you later, Taku. You mind me sending you my tier list so you can burn 300 people's eyes? Dude, do it. Send it to me. Yes. This is, so guys, I don't usually vouch for other people's tier lists, but I've seen this one, and you know I trust Earphone. This is the best tier list in the game. So yeah, shoot that my way, and then let me see if you already put it on Discord or something, and I will share that with the community. They did just release 2 male skins. Yeah, and I mean, what's his face? Soy gets a skin at Summer as well, but they didn't give him like a 5-star alt. 32 5-star units. Jesus, I never counted them, but that's a lot. Mesa's very popular. Yeah, he looks cool. I mean, he certainly is a cool looking character. All right, hold on. I got to pull this up really quick, guys. Bear with me. Yes, I'll be your friend. Okay. I need a minute to switch out in OBS, guys, because you have to see how good this tier list is. Again, from one of the masters. And then I want this to be... Oh, okay. I'm going to have to hide my head. This is good. I don't want my face, the beauty of what you see here, to distract you from what you're seeing. Okay? So we're going to take the cam away. Can you guys see this tier list? It shows it on my OBS, but I want to make sure it shows it to you live because you cannot miss this. Check out that God tier. Yeah, Fulu, you should love this. This is quality. So just keep in mind, we've been slamming on Tomoko this whole time, but it takes a master like Earphone to really show you the best characters. Because again, he's got like the best scores. Best in the realm. This is what you should go by. Matter of fact, my video tomorrow morning on what my pull plans are for 2.0, I should probably delete right now because it's an embarrassment compared to this. There's something weird in this tier list. There's nothing weird in this tier list. The only thing weird is our expectations have been so wrong the entire time. Legit and real. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's how you know it's real is because Makoto's on top. Reverse tier list? I don't think so. I think it's kind of like golf. You want low scores or sometimes you like reverse alphabetical order. I think we've just been reading the tier list backwards. Taku, there's no Tomoko slander. She's top in God mode. You know what? Fulu, fair point. Moko is the best Sai user in the game right now. But yeah, so that, my friends, that is the tier list of all tier lists. And now I'm going to disappoint you and put my face back on the stream. There you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Somebody clip that and make sure that makes it to all community members on all Discords, Reddits, the whole 9. Make sure they understand how good that tier list is. Almighty DPS of Moko, yeah, Sepiem Basemont. It's even better if you don't give them any duplicates. Make sure they're not ascended in any way, shape, or form, and only give them 2-star weapons. God, Fulu, you know what the thing is with Riddle? She could be good, and there's every once in a while there's the occasion where she can get pulled out of the closet. but she doesn't ramp her buffs as quickly as she needs to. That's what needs to be fixed. And at this point, make them a little bit stronger. Let's see. Is Fox worth the pull? GT86, I think, honestly, he is skippable. He is a fun pull, but content doesn't really need him outside of his own cycle. And so, you know, if you wanted Makoto, if you wanted Cord soon, or, I don't know, Futaba, one of the summer units, you know, the things that are coming soon in 2.0, then I would skip Fox and save your gems, unless you don't mind spending money. If you're the type of person who's like, you know, I'll put a few bucks here and there, then you might have some more income to do that with. But otherwise, if you need to ration your gems, I would not go for Fox. As much as you see me building him and I love him, it's not me gatekeeping. I don't think he is as worth it. Okay, so now I need opulence. So look, yeah, see, I used Tomoko. She was holding my cards. Equip. Yes. Equip. Yes. See, Tomoko, very useful. Thank you, Per Platypus, for that tip. And it is this one that he needs. And that should be the right set, right? Yeah, so Resonance, keep in mind, Resonance is basically follow-up. You can read it like that. Your thoughts on a closer weapon and A1, like electric closer? Or, oh, S closer, summer closer. I'd have to refresh my memory on what her A1 is. She does a lot of damage, especially if you have Minami for best in slot. I would say if you don't have a good AoE DPS like Joker, she's definitely a good one to pull for. Haru comes out a little bit later, so some of this will depend on how fast they speed up the content. She's a strong recommend, but she's also someone I could say skipping for sake of saving gems if you need to. Saving everything for Queen? Absolutely. Absolutely. Queen is the best. Every time Riddle gets washed, I see the hood enemy death animation from Dragon Quest. Yeah, there you go. Pride Win tier list. I don't look at their tier list. I've looked at it once when it first came out, and I don't want to knock the hard work anyone puts into anything. This game doesn't work on tier lists the same way I think other games do. Just now signed Bear and got 2 Foxes. Winston, man, that's a huge win. Glad that I could be the name that brought you that. Haven't built Moko's cards, come to think of it. I haven't figured out the tier list is a prank or not. Is a premium battle pass worth it? I would say the first tier of the battle pass is worth it. The second tier is mostly cosmetics, so that's more of a personal preference. I have it because somebody gave me a super chat and specifically asked me to buy it. And so obviously I'm going to honor their wishes since they paid for it. All right, now we need to get Rin. I'm going to go back because I actually want to run some gold missions for his cards. So that's why I didn't level those up just now. Yeah, some of their word choices are weird. You should check, like, if you really scrub through some of the stuff that they've typed out, like, there's some pretty funny things that they, like, have typos on. Really tired of seeing videos say terrible character don't pull, and I try to shy away from saying just straight out terrible character. I joke about Makoto and Riddle a lot, but to me, this game isn't, it just isn't that sweaty. Like, I don't think you need to care that much unless you really want to lead the leaderboards. But keep in mind, your top 20, maybe 30 people roughly are going to end up being whales. That's who you're going to compete against. If you just want to go and have a good time and do the best that you can with what you got, I'm saying that's the way to go. Just enjoy yourself the best way you can. And if it's not the meta, then who gives a flying shit, right? Like, just have fun with yourself. That's also phrasing. Have fun with the game. I'm sure that people can clip some of the dumb things I say and bring it back later. It'll be like, I'll be 75 and someone's gonna be like, remember this time that Bear said have fun with yourself live on YouTube? A double element unit. I want Figure Skater mods. I may have to skip her for lack of resources, but I actually would like to get her. Yeah, Najox. So Ren, Najox is solid. I mean, you and I both know Najox from that perspective. Great advice. And I would still say, myself, every creator, don't take everything we say as like the absolute gospel. Like, you can still do other things. Are we going to give you recommendations? Of course, that's why we're here. But you can go a different direction. Oh, it's 8 or less. That's good to know, Cuppy. Thank you for that. I haven't done his event stuff yet. Yeah, leaderboard rewards not being paid to win. Really, the only thing that those top ranks get over, I guess you could say, free-to-play or low spenders is the premium personas that cost, like the special rainbow coin. They'll get a few more of those than you will. And so they can get them and get them maxed out quicker than you can. But it's not like they're not going into PvP against you, right? They're not like destroying you for that. So I don't think it's such a big deal. Yeah, I think it's PvP is the only time I think tier lists are undoubtedly necessary. Well, necessary is too strong of a word, but obviously have fun with yourself. Yeah, Reggie, you got it right. That's gonna be my quote. I'm gonna change our guild saying to have fun with yourself, guys. But it's fun first, and if I get annoyed by anything outside just some of the unnecessary doom and gloom and people not validating the sources, myself included, like validate me. It's when people are like discounting their fun for somebody else's meta. Like, have your fun. Don't have someone else's fun. Of the future standard characters, who has the best 5-star weapon after Marion? So who do we have? So we have Phoebe. We have Cherish. We have Howler. I feel like I'm missing somebody in there. Is it Race Car Girl? What the hell is her name? Turbo? Phoebe's 5-star weapon's pretty good. I would have to refresh my memory on exactly what Howlers and Turbos do. Turbo's not limited, is she? Let me go look. Turbo. Yeah, Turbo's not limited. I don't know offhand what her weapon does, though. Believe it or not, I don't have every weapon memorized off the top of my head. Earphone probably does. I'm not that cool. I actually have to jump in and do research when I think about some of these. Wonder is not a DPS, so how valuable are those personas? So what they end up doing, Fulu, is as they release new characters, a lot of times they release personas that become like paired with them. So like Violet is an example. I forget the name of the persona, but he helps you with her highlight damage and he's Bless. And so you want him for the Violet team. So it has nothing to do with Wonder being or not being a DPS per se. It's so that they have like a better synergy with the character they kind of come out with. And they'll add them quite a bit. The drop rate is so atrocious. Yeah, dude, like honestly, farming out stamina at this level is not the smartest thing. But because I do spend some money, I do have some extra coffee or whatever it's called, which is why I don't mind spending a few here. And I went into this expecting to do it for Fox. Now I lucked out and got Rin, so I'm going to do it for her as well. Yes, I did. Matter of fact, my Yusuke is right here in this battle, my friend. So I did get Yusuke. I got him on the 80. Yeah, Yoshitsune, but Yoshitsune isn't in global right now. But even then, I mean, put a Wonder with Yoshitsune against a Violet. And that's always the fundamental flaw, is it's not that you can't ever do anything with Wonder DPS-wise, it's that you'll always have someone better than him. Queen's weapon, I would pull it if you're pulling her. Wonder as a DPS, you haven't fully built and Lefel does more damage. That's funny. Funny or sad, depending on which way you wanted to go to. Dude, yeah, Howler and On, not role models for posture. Let's see. Cherish, yeah, Cherish is in there. I'm so sad that Cherish will be on the 6-month wait list because he is what I want for my Fox team, and I'm not going to pull him on his limited. I'm just not. Lean, is Fox really worth it to summon? Only if you want him for fun. I would say that the content isn't really necessary for him, or there isn't content that makes him necessary, is maybe the better way to say that. So, no, I don't think if you need to save gems, he's an easy skip in my opinion. I'm pulling him for fun. I also kind of just want the whole P5 cast, truth be told. So I'm even going to pull a Ketchy, even though I don't think that he's particularly worth it when he comes out. Wonder is a 4-star at the end of the day. Yeah, that's truth. Oh, did I have enough? I did. Okay, now let's go to her weapon. This makes me so happy that I actually pulled her. And let's get some more standard cards. So I can wait for 6 months to use them, because that makes a whole lot of sense. Howler and Anna, best girls, yes. What do you mean posture? No one has ever had good posture. Look at Chia. Yeah, fair. Fair. You, Narakumi. Dude is like straight as a board. 5-star weapon tier list. The closest thing I have to that, Fulu, is where I talk about what to put as your constellation prizes. So one of my videos, I do that. And that'll cover like all of your standard units. What I try to do is when I go into the character guides, I'll give you my opinion on if you should get it or not. The reason I wouldn't say I would do a full-on, 5-star weapon tier list is because the base assumption is then you have to have the characters to make the tier list valid. Otherwise, you can't use the weapon. So it doesn't hold the same kind of thing as like a tier list does for characters, from how I look at it. The main goal is P5 characters and ones that seem interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. The main character is almost always not the best. Sometimes I think Blackwing's guys have something out for a catchy, underwhelming kit released before anniversary, released after Line Dance. Poor guy. He needs some like definitive buffs, like really like defining buffs. A catchy really good for whales. Like if you give him the A6, I mean, basically everybody's good at A6, except for Tomoko. No, I think his Dark Knight needs to be an entirely different character. That's how I would handle that one. Oh, and I'm out of parts again. Yay. What the hell was that? Oh, was that my palace? That was a random cut-in. Let's see. Use this. We're going to need some more. Can I have Yusuke? And I need a support. I need to go check if I've done with the assist so I can stop doing this. Let's see. He's very popular in Japan, so I bet he'll get more. The problem is, like, right now they're doing the P3 collaboration. And so, like, it's like a when. Like, when are they going to be done enough with that to maybe circle back to him? Are Makoto's awarenesses really good? Let me pull up her A1. Hold on. Because the way I want you to think about awarenesses, outside of just your general favorite characters, so always play your favorites, is think of it more like, would you rather a whole nother unit or a duplicate on the unit you have? Like, what are you pushing for? But let me go look up what her A1 is. Hold on. Bear with me. I'm trying to find what I'm looking for. I also cannot see chat while I do this. So if you're saying something and you're saying it for me, then give me a minute. I cannot see chat. Okay, so Makoto's A1. At the beginning of battle, she gains 5 stacks of, well, I'll just call her special buff. At the start of your first turn, enter an Iron Will, which is where she does more damage. And then her attack is increased by 50%. That is strong. Absolutely strong. It's just faster, more damage. And then her weapons, I know this comes up, increase nuke damage by a percentage, increase attack by a percentage when attacking enemies under elemental ailments, which they always will be because you're going to have Vino if you're doing it right. When an ally inflicts an elemental ailment, gain 1 stack of heat energy. When entering Iron Will, heat energy will increase the next skill by a certain percentage for each stack. So I think I would take her weapon over her A1 if you had to choose between the two. But that all said, I will not as much. Oh, Melissa, thank you for the $5 super chat. You get the amazing cut in. I like that little jumpy video game guy, by the way. That thing is cool looking. I didn't know you could do that. But if you only have enough for her weapon or her A1, I'd personally go with her weapon. If you don't think you have enough to save on gems for characters you want in the future, I would skip her A1 altogether. As just, if I were to prioritize A1s, it'd be Cord, Futaba over just about anybody else in the short term. Summer Sports. So, okay, P3 collab is on pause at the moment. Summer Sports Festival, last bit of Arc 4, then we're back to P3. I'm curious what they do with Mitsuru. Junpei is an obvious, like, replacement to, not Renji, Ryuji. But I wonder how they handle Mitsuru. Will I make a Devesha guide? Is that... God, my ability with names. Is that one of the guild bosses right now? Let me look. Because Earphone does. I'll tell you if it's one of them, then an Earphone will have it. Cert Dominion, no. Sea of Souls, maybe? Is that this one? Because this is what, Bishaman? You'll have to tell me who that is. But I would check Earphone if it's a boss, because Earphone does like the best work on that. If you're talking about TW 5-star weapon, Turbo, Howler, Phoebe, Lucy, Leon, Marion, Vino, Rin. Okay, no, that feels like that could easily be right. And obviously I trust you, so. Instead of 3 separated at certain anniversary band of the maze, you get 1 of 3 like the weapons. Yeah, her weapon's greater than A1. If we're talking Makoto, then I would, obviously agree, so I just said it. I actually like how they did the anniversary in this game. I thought they did it well. Got an A1 riddle. Oh, Kyle, I'm sorry. Akihiko. I know, dude, I cannot wait for Akihiko. He's definitely my favorite from that cast. And obviously everyone's going to want Aegis, myself included. Oh, what did I do here? Oh, okay. Sweet, and I'm about to get this one too. Oh my god. I'm getting shit. I'll take it. See, now I'm just stuck with like these level ups. So I need to get to 66, 68. This will happen tomorrow. And then I'm about to hit a level 8 weapon. So I really do SOS guides. Oh, fair enough. I mean, maybe I'll look at SOS. Here's the problem with me doing SOS, guys, is I'm frankly not as good as Earphone when it comes to, the exact rotations. I'm decent. I would say that I'm probably, I don't like sounding braggy, but maybe slightly above average. But I'm not going to put myself in like the top 5% kind of a thing. I generally do pretty well. But I don't think I do well enough to feel like I could give you like, follow this rotation and you're going to kick some serious booty. I don't think it's me. Fulu, I don't think you can pull on the weapon banner without picking the other two. I'm pretty sure it stops you. I guess I haven't tried, but for some reason I feel like it makes you put the weapons in. Wolf and Sophie, man, Taku, I've said it 1,000 times, I want Wolf. Like, he is so cool in my opinion. How many patches between Queen and Cord? Let's see. So Queen and Cord, just 1. You have Phoebe, although the way they did this last one, they might put Phoebe at the same time as Makoto, and then she becomes the next patch. So you do not have a significant amount of time between the two of them. And Cord is the start of 2.0, which is also when they will start accelerating content, allegedly. So keep that in mind. Like, you may have other things to save for pretty quickly. Akihiko, the definition of damage. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He is definitely a bruiser. Just on the Thieves' End statues, you don't have to swap them. Yeah, TM, I didn't realize that till Global. I thought it was just the buffs you had carried forward because I didn't have the translations when I was like doing the My Palace and KR. But no, you get all the buffs all the time. Oh god, I am out of these again. I knew this would happen. I can't be too mad at myself. But I also did already get all the V6 personas. I know people have been asking me for my tier 6 persona recommendations. That video is getting filmed very soon. Let's see. Strikers collab basically confirmed. Oh, nice. Oh, dude. Oh, okay. So then they also are looking at, not Strikers, the other one, Tactica. Tactica, I like the arena. The other guy I'm impartial to. Wolf, so good, absolutely. Whale for Zenkachi, yeah. Let's see. Could be interesting. Toshiro and Arena in the first time, not in the P5 Tactica art style. Yeah, Arena in the kind of like this style would look really cool. Yeah, so here's the thing with Tactica. I had fun playing it, but it's so easy. Even at like the hardest difficulty, it's just an easy game. 250 million on Guild Boss with A1, R1, Arkihiko. Jesus, Airphone. I think a lot of people would be happy taking a 0 off of that number and just having 25. 1 year 50-50, got Fox, hell yeah. Oh, and then got Rin right after on Standard. Yeah, that's a good day. Might skip some weapons. Keep in mind, remember guys, you can always get things on reruns. So you can get the character now and pick up the weapon later. You don't have to get the weapon today or when the character comes out. My Violet did not have her weapon until a rerun. And I still enjoyed her so much. Please don't cheap out, make her SD. They're just going to make her her same exact character, just super small. Throw her in like that. That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, the style of Tactico does look like PQ. Who was I working on? Rin. Her weapon. By the way, this is why I'm out of materials, everybody. Like, don't be me. 70, 70, 70, 60, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 60, 60, 60, 60. Like, I have only skipped a few characters, and I'm still salty that I don't have enough to level up Morgana. I just can't justify it right now. So, and a lot of these have 70 weapons as well. So that's part of my problem. I fully admit that. Let's see. I needed what? I needed these. Yeah, let's just run this. Okay, how often do they do reruns? Yeah, quite a bit. And then they do like banners where you can pick 3 different characters to chase for your pity, which is pretty cool. No, you know what, Kyle? It's really not worth it to use this for regular items right now, but I intended to, so this was fully planned. So yes, there's more efficient ways to do it, particularly with the events, but there's enough time to clear out the event shop regardless, so I'm not too worried about that. This is also partially so I can just sit here and talk on chat and burn a couple stamina pots. Yeah, you always follow up when you have like all the right buffs and stuff, which obviously this team is not going to be buffing her out, is she can get some good hits. You have every character around level 60. Yeah, it takes a lot to do that. So Guthrie, the ones that you only occasionally use, I would only level them as high as you need to clear the content you're putting them into. I know it's kind of generic. And then over time, you want to get them to level 70 for the free standard banner card pull. So, like, to start, don't push them to 70. Everyone that you see me leveling to 70 is legitimately someone I'm using right now. So that, you know, that is very much intentional on my part to do that. But A, you don't have to do as many characters as I'm doing at the moment. And B, you don't have to do it right away. Like, if you waited 6 months to put Tomoko at 70, like, it's fine. You'll eventually get that card. And it's one card. It's not, like, the end-all, be-all. The new update doesn't show up in your game. Are you on SEA? Because if you are, it's a week delayed versus the rest of global. That's the only thing that should make it so that you are off of this version. Okay, so close. We are going to do this today. This is getting done. Because after this, I have to go eat dinner. So I'm going to farm this out for a little bit longer, get her to 70-70, and then I will be doing dinner. Yeah, what I'm doing here is not optimal, guys. So again, this is, I intentionally got stamina packs from the store to make sure I could do stuff like this on stream and hang out and talk to you all. So this is not a guide. This is not a do what I'm doing. I'm intentionally doing some different stuff. Ryuji 40. Yeah, I got to get my Ryuji caught up. Although mine's higher than 40, I thought. All seasons confirmed for the collab apart from Metis. Interesting. Okay. 11 characters to 50 is pretty cheap. Yeah, up to 50 is not bad. 50 to 60 is a little bit harsh. 60 to 70 is very harsh. Wait till you see 70 to 80. That one hurts. My 70 to 80 is just going to be a slow push. Like, I'm not going to try to, you know, like push people to 80 right away when I hit the 70 mark. I've been told usually if you need to build a new unit for a guild boss to hit their weakness, minimum is 60 and level 6 talents. That's not a bad place, Crimson. My thing is I like to be efficient on Nightmare in guild bosses. But that's, again, that's a personal thing that I like just for fun. And you can do a lot of Nightmare at 60. Let's see, weapon. There we go. Okay, we are 70-70. But also, guys, check this out. Where is... I had over 1 million Kompaku gems like 2 days ago. Everyone keeps asking me, why do you think that these are limited? Blah, 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 blah. Like, they go by so quick. So, focus on your Kompaku gems. Don't ignore them. Think about the cards you're leveling because they all eat this one resource. And it will fade away quicker than you realize. What else we got here? Even Komor... Dude, Koromaru has to be there because he's like the best boy. One reason I want Global to catch up is I don't want the casino spoiled from before it comes to Global. I mean, you could just ignore the other versions. Got everyone except Fox. Lost 50-50, got Skull. Everyone 70. I was bored. You're bored because they're level 70, David? Or just bored of the game in general? It'll be hard to do Nightmare if it's the yellow icon for guild bosses. Fair. Oh, people putting spoilers in their titles. Yeah, I try to avoid spoilers in my titles. Hopefully I'm not doing that. Call me out if I do. Yeah, I think they should just give everyone Koromaru. I mean, he needs to just be like a main character at this point. Is it worth getting the battle passes? So I think it's worth doing the basic level one to get this extra track. I would only go into the more expensive version if you like the cosmetics. The extra stuff you get I don't think is that impactful for the extra money. And then the what's it called? This one. How the hell am I missing it? Oh, this one. This reward card is definitely worth it. So, as a matter of fact, I've already re-upped mine this morning or yesterday. So, very much I would recommend this one. If you want to be a low spender like this, and the battle pass I think is worth it. These are good. Like I will likely pick up this. I'll pick up this so I have more stamina for the streams. This is pretty good. So you're getting basically a pull for $1 plus some other stuff. Now keep in mind these are the Google prices, so buy it on Google to save yourself a couple bucks. I think this is pretty worth it right here. These are the things that I would look for. The first level or two, the platinum set, if you want to get a little bit above the light spending, is decent. So there's a few good things in here. You can get 1 million gems from the new event shop. What? No. That would be insane. Or do you mean Kompaku gems? Kompaku gems. I was like, there's no way you're getting 1 million meta gems. Like, that would be insane. Like, I would end the stream right now and make a video if it was 1 million meta gems. Like, that would be like game breaking news. My least favorite game mode, believe it or not, is actually the train. I'm having fun with it. So put that in context. Like, it's my least favorite, but I'm still enjoying it. But it gets far too repetitive for me. And I don't love how long it takes to do certain runs. I like basically every other mode in the game. Oh, yeah. Animal team with Mona and Lufel. Give me Teddy in that team. Give me Teddy as the navigator in that team. I know it wouldn't make sense because of like the whole way P4 works, but it'd be kind of fun. Cries in Belgium, yeah. Some of the shop prices when you convert to other countries is painful. I think Brazil is one of the worst ones if I don't forget. Earphone, man, thank you for hanging out. Always a pleasure seeing you around. So, yeah, take care of yourself. I'll see you on another stream, I'm sure. Yeah, the reward card's super good. Dual units, very tough thing to get right to me. Anyway, sounds like programming nightmare. Missing the context there, apologies. Platinum set is the same price on Apple, but the 7-day pass is cheaper on Google. It's so strange. Yeah, a lot of that I'm guessing has to do with Apple and how much the base cost is. Maybe they don't charge more if it's like less than $5 or $5. I don't really know. I don't know how that works. Why is the Platinum 3 an awful set? So let's see. So Platinum set 3 is $60 for 50 pulls, and so the price per pull is going up compared to the tiers before it. So it's not like it's horrible. It's just not as much value as some of these other things. Do they reset ever? I don't know if these Platinum sets reset, but they have monthly versions, so maybe not. But they also have monthly Millicoin, monthly Platinum. So you can see like $32 here. And this one has 20. So, well, 20 plus another 1,000. So what is that? 369. So 29 pulls plus a weapon pull. So again, it's close to like that dollar per pull value, but not quite there. So it's not the design thing, Melissa. It is where you can reset your card. So she's, oops, that's the wrong thing. This one. So she's asking, I believe, about this here. So the retrograde card, what you can do is take like, so let's say you level up an orange card and it's got the 4 stats that you want plus the main stat. But then when you level it, the random increases go into things that you don't care about. Like maybe you were really trying to hit crit and it was hitting defense. This will reset it back to level 0 and give you the materials back. And then you can try to level it up again. It's still random what you'll get as far as your stat upgrades, but this is like a reset card. It's pretty cool. But again, then you're like burning Kampaku gems, so be careful. Let's see. On Android, all limit packs are cheaper. And the other ones are the same. Okay, good to know. By next version, I mean when we get new opening. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't want to spoil the partner. So I got Fox earlier and has build Yuki for him, but not really sure who to use as a third. If you have Minami, use her for sure. Otherwise, it's not like a great third. You could still think about something like a Soy for the defense down, but that's not great. The problem is the buffers buff attack, and he doesn't want attack, he wants defense. So there's not like an amazing slot in otherwise that I can think of off the top of my head that's already out here. You could look at using Rin and going for more defense down on the enemy and kind of playing it from the debuff perspective. That would be another option, but she obviously is cursed, so she doesn't synergize with ice. You could go more DPS and run a Mont if you want to build her. If you want another healer, you could also look at Morgana because he also has winded status. But they're just there's not like an amazing third slot unless you have Minami. And even that I wouldn't say is amazing. Like I'd rather have Cherish, but he's just not out yet. It's a different type of game, most likely. Okay, I see what you're saying. Wouldn't that potentially change the 4th stats? I would have to test it on KR, Jeff. I don't remember if it resets the 4th stat or if it just allows the rank up to be different. I'd have to test that. Yeah, that's actually a good point. You rarely will have 4 stats that are good. Like you usually are good if you get like 2 of the 4 to be what you want. And so from that perspective, it typically isn't like an issue, which is probably what I can't think of it off the top of my head. Holy shit, 60 is over 800,000 in your region? Jesus, Archie. Yeah, that's not worth anything in this game. See, this is why I could never be sponsored by like Sega or Atlas, because I'm like, yeah, not worth it. Don't spend the money on that. I think they want people to like, go spend all your money. The new opening is super good. Yeah, the new opening in the game is fantastic. I mean, all their animations are solid. Okay, my friends, it is 5:30, which means that it is about dinner time for the bear. I gotta go upstairs with the kiddos, with the missus, with the dog. You know, you can't forget the puppy. And so I'm gonna call it a stream here. Thank you for joining me for the Crazy Pools. Fantastic pool session. I'm very happy with what happened there. I will have a video out tomorrow, so look forward to that. It's basically my pool plans through 2.0. And I will have a live stream Saturday, 9:30 Mountain Time. So my usual Saturday night stream, that's coming. And then, of course, Per Platypus and I will be filming for the next episode of our podcast for Sunday. So lots of content to come in the next few days. And then I should be back to making more character guides. I want to film the Fox guide this weekend and the Persona level 6 or tier 6, whatever you want to call it, guide. So those should be a couple of my next videos. Unless it does come out with some ridiculous news I need to cover, that should be what you should expect in the pipeline. So, as always, my friends, until that next stream and next video, please take care of yourselves. I will see you later.